race for governor now entering its last full week. Republican Governor Mike Parson facing a much more difficult challenge for election than many had expected from his Democratic challenger, State Auditor Nicole Galloway. KQ2's Alan Van Zant sat down with each candidate for one-on-one interviews. Over the course of the next week, we'll hear how they stand on some of the issues. Tonight, showing some of the stark contrast between the two.
Missouri's two candidates for governor offer voters clear contrast. First, there's the state's current governor, 65-year-old Mike Parson. 30 years of public service experience in the U.S. Army, law enforcement, the state's legislature, and as lieutenant governor before taking office 2 years ago.
I think experience in life, being in the military, being a sheriff, having a little gray hair makes a difference at times.
And Nicole Galloway, the current state auditor. At 38 years of age, if elected, she would become one of the state's youngest governors ever and the first female governor.
I am bringing innovation, urgency, and a new way of doing things in Jefferson City.
Much of the campaign between the two is focused on the state's response to the coronavirus. Galloway critical of Parson not making the wearing of masks mandatory.
I do support a statewide mask rule. It is the most low barrier way that we can contain the spread of the virus. I would listen to public health and medical experts.
I think you got to be real careful that when a governor starts using that sort of power, that sort of ability. We took a balanced approach to how we've addressed this in the state of Missouri from day one. We've always left that up to the local levels, the local health departments, the city councils, the mayors, and the county commissioners.
In addition to the pandemic being a public health crisis, COVID-19 has wreaked economic hardship. However, both Galloway and Parson differ on how Missouri is doing. Parson cites statistics he says shows Missouri's unemployment the 5th best in the U.S., and the state ranked 15th in recovery from the coronavirus economic crash.
Financially, our state's much better off than most of them. You got to be able to handle a balanced approach at handling the virus, handling the economy, getting kids back in school. 90% of our kids in the state of Missouri are back in classrooms.
We are still in the midst of the worst economic shock since the Great Depression. And there was a report last week that showed 70,000 Missourians have left the labor force in Missouri. They just stopped looking for work.
Be watching for more from our exclusive one-on-one interviews with Governor Parson and Nicole Galloway in the week ahead. Reporting from St. Joseph, Alan Van Zant, KQ2 News.